My husband Lucas was wearing a diamond ring on his ring finger that matched mine. I was about to bring up divorce. The supercar you bought will be delivered next month, he said. I swallowed the word divorce. I'll bring it up next month. For the sake of my sports car, I'll endure. I bought a bunny outfit. Come home early tonight, honey, I said. Lucas kissed me on the lips. Sure, I'm looking forward to my little bunny. I saw Bella White's Instagram post. Finally back in the States. Everything feels so familiar. The photo showed her in a coffee shop, but my attention was drawn to a hand in the bottom right corner. A slender hand with long, elegant fingers, wearing a ring on the fourth finger, identical to mine. The owner of that hand was none other than my husband. I couldn't believe his first love had just returned, and he was already rushing to meet her. I climbed out of the jacuzzi and began my elaborate skincare routine. Thank goodness my husband had worked hard to make money all these years. It allowed me to enjoy the pampered life of a trophy wife. Now that his first love was back, it looked like I'd be stepping aside soon. Might as well enjoy the luxuries while I still could. I thought I'd be sleeping alone tonight, but to my surprise, a warm body slid into bed beside me. The next morning, I stared at the ceiling, feeling utterly drained. Divorce. We must get divorced. Otherwise, I'll die young from exhaustion. I reached for my phone to check the time. As expected of Lucas. You're awake? Don't just lie there. Get up and eat. Lucas called, opening the bedroom door. He was still wearing the black apron I bought him, looking every bit the domestic husband. TSK. Where was his usual CEO demeanor? You have time today? I asked, eyeing the elaborate spread of 3 dishes and a bowl of soup on the table. A thought flashed through my mind. Guilty conscience. Had he really met with his first love, and now he was trying to make it up to me with breakfast? I just finished a big project and thought I'd take a break, he said. Liar. It was obviously because his first love was back. How could a workaholic like him suddenly want a break? Lucas placed a piece of fish on my plate. Eat up. You need the nutrients. Thanks for your hard work. You dog. I glared at him and buried my face in my bowl without replying. After the meal, I lounged on the couch watching my guilty pleasure soap opera. He washed some fruit, placed it on the coffee table, then sat down next to me and checked the stock market. The TV drama was unbearably cliché, so I picked up my phone and scrolled through Twitter. That's when I saw the trending topic. Hashtag Bella White returns. I suddenly remembered that Bella White used to be a famous, barefaced beauty actress before she quietly went abroad to study. Her fans had been devastated. Sure enough, the comments were full of gushing praise. Welcome home, sister. Is sis making a comeback? Can't wait. Finally, we'll get to see sis more often. Curious, I glanced at my husband. Did you know Bella White is back in the country? Oh, so what? Lucas replied, nonchalantly. I snorted. This dog. If I hadn't seen that Instagram post, I might have actually been fooled. That evening, the phone rang. I picked up and was surprised to hear Lucas's friend, nicknamed Big Head. Hey, sis-in-law, why don't you and Lucas come out and play? My bar's having its grand opening. I'm begging you two to come support me. I glanced at Lucas, who was reading a book. Why don't you call him directly? You've trained Lucas well, sis. He says he's a married man now, so he has to report to you for evening outings. And when it comes to places like bars, if you don't approve, he won't come. I was speechless. The way he put it, I sounded like some kind of controlling tiger wife. In reality, I'd never restricted Lucas at all. Before heading out, I thought we were just going to make an appearance. But when we arrived, I froze. Bella White was there too. Sis-in-law, Lucas, over here. Big Head waved us over. Noticing my stare, he quickly said, That's Max Shaw's guest. I heard she used to be a minor celebrity. Big Head and Lucas had been friends for years. How could he not know about Lucas and Bella's history? Or was he just pretending not to for my sake? Long time no see. Ava. Max Shaw called from where he was lounging on the sofa. I smiled and nodded politely. Our families had some business ties, so we were acquainted. Lucas immediately put his arm around me and led me to the far corner of the room, as far from them as possible. He looked visibly irritated. Did he and Bella have a fight? Sure enough, he kept glancing in her direction with a grim expression and barely acknowledged anyone greeting him. What? Was he upset that his first love was sitting with another man? TSK. What a dog. To be honest, I wasn't feeling great either. Lucas and I had grown up as childhood sweethearts, our families being close. Later, I went abroad for college. By the time I came back, I heard Lucas had already found a so-called true love. I guess childhood sweethearts couldn't compete with those fated lovers who fell from the sky. Then Bella suddenly left for overseas, and Lucas turned around and proposed to me. At the time, my family was in crisis and desperately needed funding, so I agreed to the marriage. Afterward, Lucas treated me quite well. He let me buy whatever I wanted and never said no. Even my mom said I was lucky, that no one else could afford to keep me. But looking at the man beside me now, I started to wonder, had I really married the right person? I picked up a glass of wine and downed it in one go. The burning sensation made my head clearer than ever. This marriage had to end. Why are you drinking so much? Are you upset? Lucas grabbed the glass from my hand. None of your business, I snapped. Unexpectedly, the alcohol hit me hard. I leaned into Lucas, my hands wandering under his shirt. He caught my hands and gripped them firmly. I could hear the huskiness in his voice. What are you trying to do? I just want to touch you. I whined. You think you can act all prim and proper in front of your first love?
Dream on.
Then let's go home, Lucas said without hesitation. He stood up, pulled me along, and bundled me into the car. Behave yourself. We'll settle this at home, he warned. No, I won't. I kicked off my heels and slouched in the passenger seat like a rebellious brat. Listen here, don't you dare touch me, or else today I'll. Before I could finish, his scorching lips were on mine, pressing me back into the seat. Just then, I saw Bella and Max walk past our car and get into the same one.
Ah.
So that's what this was. Lucas was jealous and using me to get her attention. On the way home, my anger simmered. Eventually, I couldn't hold it back anymore. Lucas Quinn, let's get divorced. You're drunk, he replied flatly. I'm not. The night air had sobered me up. I was completely lucid. I could even feel the car accelerating. We finally got home. The moment I stepped into the bathroom, Lucas followed and kissed me fiercely. I lost myself in his kisses too. Our breathing grew heavier. Lucas nipped at my lips and whispered against them. Stay away from Max Shaw from now on. Max Shaw? What does he have to do with anything? The next morning, Lucas was already gone when I woke up. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Another failed attempt at getting up early. Just then, my best friend called. LV just dropped a new collection. Let's go check it out. No thanks, I haven't even gotten up yet, I groaned. Her tone turned teasing. Ava's living the good life, huh? Shut up. I have serious business today. Let's meet another time. I was determined to talk to Lucas about the divorce, today, no matter what. After eating, I drove to his company. Lucas's business had grown a lot over the years. I hadn't visited in a long time, but luckily the receptionist still recognized me. However, she didn't recognize Bella White. I'm sorry, miss, but you need an appointment to see Mr. Quinn. If you can't make one, I'm afraid I can't let you in, the receptionist said politely. Bella looked flustered. I was secretly delighted. I sauntered over with a smug expression. Is Mr. Quinn in the office, Sarah? The receptionist instantly straightened up. Yes, ma'am. The CEO said you can go up whenever you like. I'll call the elevator for you right now. I shot Bella a triumphant look, about to leave when she called out, Can we talk? I gestured to the lobby seating.
Fine.
Let's chat for a bit. I'm in a hurry. Bella clenched her fists. As soon as I sat down, she blurted out, Divorce Lucas. He loves me. So what? I'm Mrs. Quinn now, I replied, leaning back and showing off my S-curve figure. I can ride straight up to the top floor with no appointment. You keep trying to get on the schedule. Why are you clinging to Lucas? She shouted, veins bulging on her forehead. There are security cameras everywhere, so don't even think about getting physical. But if you want me to divorce him, that can be arranged. Bella narrowed her eyes. What do you want? Flat rate, $2 million, and I'll sign the papers immediately. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. I smiled sweetly. I know showbiz isn't easy. So, let's make a deal. For $5 million, I'll say we separated amicably. For $7 million, I'll claim we were unhappily married and quietly divorced a while ago. Take your pick. You're shameless, she hissed. Is money all you care about? You don't even appreciate Lucas. What kind of logic was that? You'd better decide quickly, or the price goes up. Once the money hits my account, I'll talk to Lucas about asset division. You're taking his money too? What else did she expect? Now it was my turn to be shocked. Did you get dumber studying abroad? Of course I get half. Your $7 million buys the end of our marriage, and my silence. But everything Lucas earned during our marriage? That's marital property, sweetheart. Why should you get it? Bella was fuming. I burst out laughing. It's called the law. But you, she hesitated, searching for something to say. But what have you even done for Lucas? He made all the money while you just spent it. I have every right to spend my husband's money. I stood up and lowered my voice. You think I haven't helped him? I've taken care of him in every way. What? You think I've been sleeping with him for free the past 2 years? My waist was about to break from all that work. It'd be a loss not to get half. Bella was stunned into silence. I couldn't be bothered to argue anymore. I headed straight for the elevator and went to the top floor. When I entered Lucas's office, he was standing in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, talking on the phone. His back was to me. Tall, broad shoulders, narrow waist. He looked every bit the perfect man. Handsome, rich, a good cook, and fantastic in bed. Though a little too energetic at night, it was still tolerable.
Too bad, he didn't love me.
Why are you here? He asked, hanging up and turning to sit behind his desk. I cleared my throat. I think we should get DIV. Oh, right. I have something to tell you. He cut me off. Remember that supercar you wanted? It's arriving next month. The supercar? You mean the pink one from Venus? The one with only 3 in the world. Lucas nodded, smiling. My eyes lit up. That was a car money alone couldn't buy. His smile deepened. What were you about to say just now? An inner struggle started. If I divorced him, I definitely wouldn't get the car. It might even go to Bella. No way. Maybe I could wait a bit longer. At least until the car arrived. I smiled and circled the desk, throwing my arms around him. Nothing. I just missed you and wanted to see you. About the car? Lucas's smile widened as he pulled me onto his lap, one hand gently massaging my waist. Don't worry, I'll make sure my wife gets it. But don't I deserve a reward? After 2 years of marriage, how could I not understand what that meant? For the sake of my supercar, I'll do whatever it takes. I bought a bunny outfit. Come home early tonight, honey. I purred. Lucas kissed me. Sure, I'm looking forward to my little bunny. How utterly ridiculous. 2 days later, I finally recovered my spirits. After relentless pestering from my best friend, I agreed to go shopping. But even after visiting several stores, I couldn't shake my bad mood. What's wrong with you? My friend asked. You said you wanted to go out, but you look so gloomy. Cheer up. Shopping's supposed to be fun. Little did I know, the day was about to get worse. Bella White and I walked into the same store. The moment I saw her, I was ready to turn around and leave, but my friend had already pulled me inside. Mrs. Quinn, it's been a while, the sales assistant greeted me warmly. Bella's eyes landed on me, full of resentment. I can't lose face. With a graceful wave, I said, show me your new bags. The assistant quickly brought out 2 from the back room. These are our Wear dual-tone limited editions that just arrived this morning. I'll take both, I declared, throwing a glance at Bella. Her expression darkened noticeably. We have a 1 minute and 1.2 seconds purchase ratio today, the assistant added. Pack up those belts, cufflinks, and scarves too, I said without hesitation. The assistant beamed as she began arranging everything. My friend leaned in, grinning. I wonder if Lucas knows all the gifts you buy him are just for quota requirements. Of course he didn't. There was even a time when Hermes had nothing I liked. One night, after some very intense bedroom time, Lucas suddenly asked, why haven't you been giving me gifts lately? I summoned the strength to pat his face. Don't worry, I'll go shopping tomorrow. The next day, Lucas handed me another credit card. Naturally, I bought 2 bags and loaded up on accessories for him. Do you like them? I love anything you give me, he said. The assistant returned with my purchases. How would you like to pay, Mrs. Quinn? Credit card, I said, reaching into my purse. Only to freeze. Just my luck. I forgot my wallet. Thankfully, my friend noticed. Forgot your card? Use mine. Humph, Bella scoffed. Oh no, you don't. I wasn't about to lose face in front of her. No need. I'll call my husband, I said, glaring at her before dialing Lucas. He picked up right away. I could hear murmuring in the background. Probably a meeting. Honey, I went shopping but forgot my card. Can you bring it over? I wasn't sure he'd agree. Lucas was busy, and this was a trivial errand. But I had a backup plan. If he refused, I'd text him and offer to wear the maid costume in my closet. That would definitely get him here.
Send me the address.
I'll be right there, Lucas said immediately.
Perfect.
My smile widened. Okay, honey. I'll wait for you. My friend and I waited in the VIP room. Bella, for some reason, lingered around the store instead of leaving. I knew who she was waiting for. 15 minutes later, Lucas walked in, calm and composed. He put an arm around my waist. I was meeting a client nearby anyway. I didn't interrupt your work, did I? I asked sweetly. Not at all. He kissed me on the lips, completely ignoring Bella's presence, then casually handed his card to the cashier. Mrs. Quinn really loves her husband, Bella said softly. She even buys men's accessories to meet her purchase quota. Purchase quota? Lucas glanced at the bags and belts, then looked at me. I love everything you give me. Bella glared at me, eyes blazing. Only I understood the meaning behind Lucas's smile.
Oh.
I was in trouble. Looks like I'd be wearing that maid outfit tonight after all. After a night of intense negotiation, I finally calmed Lucas down. Bella White, we are sworn enemies now. I didn't expect photos of our shopping trip to end up online. Hashtag former berie-faced beauty Bella White lotion bagder quai feathermies hashtag. Seriously? I didn't even get a name? To make things worse, the blogger made it sound like I had stolen something Bella wanted, and she had graciously let me have it. They weren't talking about bags. They were talking about Lucas. The internet erupted with hate. Bella's fans tracked down my Snapchat and spammed it with insults. Fame really brings trouble. I tossed my phone aside and waited for my esthetician to arrive for my facial. Halfway through, my best friend called. Don't pay attention to what people online are saying. It's all nonsense. It's fine. I don't care. I muttered under my face mask. That's our Ava. You'd never be caught wearing fakes. Fakes? My eyes flew open. I grabbed my phone and opened Twitter. Some trophy wife you are, wearing fakes. Those bags are obviously counterfeit. Did you think we wouldn't notice? How dare they? Those were custom pieces made by designers specifically for me. Mrs. Quinn, we're using the blood cedar eye mask now, the esthetician said. It helps with dark circles, but it may make your eyes water. You must resist the urge to cry. Bring it on. After all those late nights with Lucas, I needed this. As soon as the eye mask touched my skin, tears welled up. Was it that effective? Just then, my phone rang. Lucas. I quickly answered. What's up, honey? I'll take care of the online rumors.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I understand. Tears kept threatening to spill. What's wrong? Your voice sounds weird. It's nothing. The esthetician hovered beside me. Mrs. Quinn, please don't cry. You can't let the tears fall. Lucas's voice came through again. Are you crying? I'm coming home right now. By the time Lucas arrived, the esthetician had already left. I was admiring my smooth, radiant skin in the mirror. Honey, you're back. Don't I look good? I called out. Before I could finish, Lucas pulled me into a tight embrace, stroking my hair gently. It's okay. I'll handle everything. Don't worry. I wasn't stupid. For this whole thing to escalate so fast, Bella must have bought trending topics and hired trolls. Her fans were just the finishing touch. But would he really go after Bella for my sake? Forget it. I can't be bothered, I muttered. After all, she was his first love. What could he really do? At most, he'd suppress the trending topics and shift the public's focus. It wasn't worth the effort for me. Leave it to me. Don't be upset. Lucas led me to the parking garage. That pink supercar you've been dreaming about is here. Want to take a look? My supercar. I rushed over and opened the door. Under the sunlight, it gleamed brilliantly. Every curve and detail was perfect. No wonder I fell in love at first sight. With this beauty, even if I divorced Lucas, I could still show up anywhere in style. But I looked over at Lucas, who was taking a call on the balcony. Suddenly, I felt reluctant. I had known him first. I was his wife. Why should I give him up to another woman? Then again, I couldn't accept being with a man who thought about someone else while holding me. Maybe it was better to part ways sooner. Lucas, we should. Take a look at this. Do you like it? Lucas hung up and handed me a tablet. A 20-carat pink diamond. I stared at the screen, stunned. Wasn't this the multi-million-dollar pink diamond from the British Royal Collection? The only one of its kind in the world? Your birthday is next month. I'm thinking of buying this for you, he said, pulling me onto the couch. Let's look at design options. So, for the next 2 blissful hours, we snuggled up together, scrolling through ring designs. As he absent-mindedly twirled a strand of my hair, Lucas casually asked, "What were you going to say earlier?" My heart skipped a beat.
Maybe.
I could wait a bit longer? Next month. I'll definitely bring it up next month. Nothing, just that my husband is so handsome, I said sweetly. Flatterer. That night, while Lucas was in the shower, I lay on the bed scrolling through Twitter. Why did humans love torturing themselves? I clicked into the trending topic, bracing for a flood of insults. But instead, rich wife, please adopt me. I want cuddles and sugar. Careful, Mr. Quinn might sue you for flirting with his wife. I love Mrs. Quinn so much, but I'm broke. I can't compete with Lucas Quinn. Would a trophy wife wear fakes? Maybe others would, but not Quinn Corp CEO's wife.
Huh?
I blinked. Confused, I clicked on Lucas's profile. He'd always been low-key online. Although he'd made our marriage public, he never revealed my identity to protect my privacy. Most of his tweets were just business updates. But today, he'd posted something personal. At Lucas Quinn. My wife at Ava has always been my pampered little peacock. Her favorite pastime is taking our private jet to New York to buy diamonds, with a detour to Milan for Fashion Week. The rumors about her wearing fakes are nonsense. As for yesterday's incident with Ms. White at the luxury store, laughable. Anything my wife likes, I've already bought before it hits the shelves. The comment section was full of heartache and envy. Retweet this, and you'll get a husband like Lucas. This is the life of a trophy wife? I want it so bad. He called her his little peacock? I'm sobbing. Curious, I checked Bella's profile. She had posted a statement too. At Bella White, Mr. Quinn and I are good friends. The incident with Mrs. Quinn was just a misunderstanding. Please don't spread rumors. I scrolled down. The top comment? At Lucas Quinn. First, Ms. White should reflect on how these rumors started. Second, we are not close. He actually posted that? He'd once been depressed for weeks after Bella left for abroad. Everyone said she was his ideal lover. When Lucas and I got married, she somehow got my Snapchat and sent me a nauseating congratulatory message. Take good care of Lucas. Now, I checked Instagram again. Bella had posted something new. Publicly distancing ourselves is also a form of protection. I understand. Oh, trying to insinuate something now? Just as I was about to clap back, Lucas walked out of the bathroom, a towel loosely wrapped around his waist. Droplets trailed from his Adam's apple down those well-defined abs before disappearing beneath the towel.
Gulp.
A dangerous idea crossed my mind. As soon as he came close, I pounced. So eager, ouch. Before he could finish, I bit his collarbone. What are you up to, you little minx? Lucas didn't stop me. He held me with one arm while I peppered kisses along his neck. When I was satisfied with the collection of love bites, I said, let's take some pictures. Half an hour later, I was editing them. Photos of a shirtless, muscle-bound Lucas covered in marks, holding a petite woman in his arms. Then I posted them to Instagram. Try to imply things about me, Bella? Let's see you top this. Done posting. Lucas asked behind me. I nodded, unsure what he meant. Then he pinned me down. Now it's my turn. Hey, go easy. Are you part dog? Something wasn't right. Very not right. I sat on the toilet, nervously flipping through the calendar. My usually punctual period was a full week late. I told Lucas. He was on the phone but immediately hung up. His gaze locked onto my belly. You're saying you might be pregnant? How should I know? I snapped, chucking a pillow at him. Just looking at you makes me mad. I never wanted to trap him with a child, so I always insisted he use protection. But that sly fox often took advantage of my post-fun days to discreetly toss it in the trash. With that temper, you might really be pregnant, he muttered, taking my hand. Let's go to the hospital and check. It's already late. Plus, we have that dinner with Big Head and the others tonight. Right, Big Head had somehow gotten his hands on a yacht and was throwing a party. We can skip that. You're more important, Lucas said, reaching out to gently stroke my belly. I think I just felt movement. Is the baby kicking me? You're imagining things. That's just my stomach growling. That evening, as we were getting ready to leave, Lucas insisted I wear a shawl and flat shoes. We don't even know if there's a baby yet. Why are you being so paranoid? I grumbled. But what if there is? He countered, pulling out a long white dress from the closet. Be good, and wear long sleeves. I don't want you catching a cold. He's completely lost it. So that night, while every other woman on the yacht strutted around in tight cocktail dresses and stilettos, I was the lone oddball in flats, a long-sleeved maxi dress, and a shawl wrapped around my shoulders like I was attending a winter wedding. Big Head blinked at me in surprise. Sis-in-law changed her style? Still gorgeous, though. She can't be out in the wind, Lucas said seriously, draping an arm around me. Let's go inside. To our surprise, we ran right into Max Shaw and Bella White. Bella stared at us with laser focus, but Lucas didn't even glance her way. It was Max who stopped us. Ava, when are you free to grab dinner sometime? She's not free, Lucas cut in coldly. Mr. Shaw, is this how you speak to another man's wife so casually? Max shrugged, unbothered. Ava and I go way back. She won't mind. I'm Ava's childhood sweetheart and current husband. I do mind. I could feel Lucas's arm tightening around my shoulders like a vice. Max's expression darkened. Mr. Quinn, controlling Ava like this, she won't like it. She's my wife. This is none of your business. I stood there, stunned. Weren't these two supposed to be fighting over Bella? How did I get dragged into this mess? Max, Bella said softly, reaching for a sleeve. Don't touch me. Max snapped, yanking his arm away. Everyone froze. Bella bit her lip, tears welling up in her eyes. Whoa, what's going on here? Big Head rushed over to smooth things over. Come on, let's all sit down. Remember, Lucas said sis-in-law can't be in the wind. Lucas turned away with a casual smile. That's right. Your sister-in-law might be pregnant. We have to be careful. Excuse me? Why are you announcing unconfirmed news in public? All eyes instantly turned to my stomach. I could only smile awkwardly. Maybe not. While Lucas went to the restroom, I stepped outside for some air. I needed space to think. His cold treatment of Bella tonight threw me off. He hadn't even looked at her. Could it be he really didn't care about her anymore? Maybe I should just ask him outright. If he truly didn't have feelings for Bella anymore, I'd consider staying. But if he still did, sorry baby, mommy's leaving. Blame your dad. As I turned to go back inside, I nearly bumped into Bella standing behind me. Instinctively, I covered my belly. Are you really pregnant? She hissed. Didn't you say you were going to divorce Lucas? That's my business, I replied sharply. Bella's expression twisted with rage. I didn't want to engage, so I tried to leave, but she grabbed my arm. You manipulative woman. I won't let you get away with using Lucas. Let go of me. Are you crazy? She yanked my arm violently, and in the struggle, she shoved me hard. My stomach slammed against the metal railing. I gasped. I felt something warm trickling down below. No way. It can't be that fragile, right? Ava. Lucas rushed over and caught me just as I staggered back. Are you okay? He asked, eyes wild. Max had seen it too. He froze, then turned on Bella. Smack. He slapped her across the face, shocking everyone. You crazy woman. What did you do to Ava? Still shaking, I stood and looked behind me, trying to see my reflection in the glass door. Sure enough, there was a dark stain spreading on the back of my white dress. Lucas, I whispered, tears welling up. Can you check if there's blood on my dress? He bent down to look. I watched the color drain from his face. Doctor, he roared. Call an ambulance. Now. A chaotic rush to the hospital followed. Everyone was frantic. Lucas never let go of my hand. And then the diagnosis came back. I wasn't pregnant. It was just my period. After all that drama, it turned out to be a huge, mortifying false alarm. I buried my face in Lucas's chest, wishing I could disappear. I'm so embarrassed. This is humiliating. Big Head was the first to recover. No worries, no worries. Just a false alarm. Happens to the best of us. Everyone mumbled awkward excuses, and the whole thing was swept under the rug. Lucas saw the bruises on my legs and left to ask the doctor for arnica oil. Big Head stayed to keep me company. It's okay, sis. You and Lucas are still young. No need to rush. I groaned and mentally begged the ground to swallow me whole. Sensing I wasn't in the mood, Big Head quickly changed the subject. You and Lucas have a great relationship. I've never seen him so panicked before. His face went white. That man's been devoted to you all these years. All these years? I snapped to attention. What do you mean, all these years? What about his first love? Isn't that you? Big Head looked at me like I'd lost my mind. Back when you were supposedly with Max, Lucas was a wreck. He lost 20 pounds in a month. I blinked. When was I ever with Max? Wasn't Lucas's first love Bella White? It felt like my brain had just blue-screened. Big Head's expression twisted in confusion. He stood up in a panic to explain. Who told you that? No way. You and Lucas were childhood sweethearts. How could he have fallen for Bella? It was Max who said you two were together. I froze, memories crashing down. Who had told me about Lucas's so-called first love? It must have been that bastard Max, Big Head muttered. He's had his eye on you for ages. He probably made it up to provoke Lucas. Thank God you ended up with Lucas after all. A light went off in my head. Wait, was this about June 3 years ago? Yes. That's exactly when it happened. Lucas was in a terrible state, completely devastated. And then it clicked. I had just returned from abroad when Max casually mentioned that Lucas had this perfect first love, Bella White, who had gone overseas. At the same time, he told Lucas that I was already dating someone else, him. Lucas believed it. He sank into depression, and I assumed he was heartbroken over Bella. It was all lies. All this time, it had been me. Max Shaw is trash. I blurted. All those years I'd wasted, constantly worrying that I'd have to step aside when the first love came back. The jealousy, the insecurity, the overthinking, none of it had been necessary. Big Head let out a relieved sigh. I'm glad you finally figured out. Just then, Lucas returned with the arnica oil. Big Head made himself scarce immediately. Lucas sat beside me, poured some oil into his palm, and gently rubbed it into my bruised knee. I watched him for a moment, my heart beating a little faster. I needed to hear it from him. Lucas, do you love me? I asked softly. No more guessing. I wanted a straight answer. He paused, then glanced at me and shot back with a familiar smirk. What do you think? Would I marry you if I didn't love you? I bust my ass making money so you can focus on being beautiful. Then, under his breath, barely audible, he mumbled, I don't just love you. I'm in love with you. His ears turned bright red. My heart skipped. That smug little part of me basked in the confession. Lucas looked up at me again. What about you? Still thinking of divorcing me? Tell me you won't. It was rare to see this man, my high and mighty CEO husband, plead. I lifted my chin, feigning indifference. We'll see. If I'm in a good mood, I might let it slide. Lucas narrowed his eyes and leaned in. You better think it through carefully. If you divorce me, who's going to help you collect designer bags, pay for your daily expenses, let you lounge in a jacuzzi facing the ocean, and fly you on private jet shopping trips all over the world? Shameless. Absolutely shameless. This dog of a man was threatening me with luxury. I huffed. In that case, I absolutely won't think about it ever again. Because, honestly, I love you so much too.